right. I think we're live. Probably not that many people in here yet. Perfectly fine. I totally get it. We haven't gone live in a while, so whoever comes in, good to have you in here, and we're gonna have a good time tonight. It's the Orioles and the White Sox from Chicago, and it's gonna be a lot of fun tonight. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves. Last minute stream, I was like, well, maybe I will, maybe I won't. And then I was like, yeah, let's do it. There's Melissa, my only person in here. Thank you, dear. Kind of a last minute thing, but we're going to have fun. We're going to get in here. We're going to do the game. Orioles, of course, coming off a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Toronto Blue Jays. They played bad in every aspect, every facet of the game. The Orioles were just terrible. Pitching, hitting, situational hitting, defense. They did literally nothing right in that entire series. So, in Toronto, they just didn't. They didn't do anything right, and that's ultimately why they got swept. So, it makes sense. They haven't played well all year, and it was another bad outing for the Orioles. Bad look for sure. But they're in Chicago. Kyle Bradish is back. This will be his third start. After coming back from Tommy John surgery. He's pitched really well. Kept the Orioles in both games he started. It's good to have him back. So, tonight you're hoping the Orioles look good and get a win. Well, I guess we'll have to see. But it's good to have Bradish back. He'll be looking for his first win this year. He's actually 0-2 with an ERA of about 2.5. So the Orioles, it's been their Achilles heel all year. Is what was supposed to be their strength has been one of their weaknesses. It's been the offense. They lack a way to find runs other than via the home run, and it's just been something that has hurt them all season. But we'll see if it maybe changes tonight. They got 3 games set here in Chicago, a team that is definitely inferior to the Orioles, not as good, even if their records are close. I think the Orioles have a lot more talent, but I guess we'll see whether or not that pans out over the next 3 nights. This is game 1 of a 3-game set in Chicago. So for the Orioles, batting first is going to be Jackson Holliday, playing second. Batting second and third base is Jeremiah Jackson. Shortstop batting third is Gunnar Henderson. Batting fourth in right field, Tyler O'Neill. Fifth at first base is Ryan Mountcastle. Sixth in left field, Dylan Beavers. Seventh in DH is Kobe Mayo. Eighth in catching is Samuel Basayo. And batting ninth in center field is Colton Cowser. I got to be honest with you. We'll get to I'll come back to the batting order in a minute here. Tauchman for the White Sox leading off, followed by Teal, Sosa, Montgomery, Meade, Benintendi, Cuero, Medroff, and Fletcher. And Gilbert is pitching for the White Sox. Colton Cowser has really fallen in the lineup. He's down to batting ninth now, and rightfully so. It's just been a struggle of a season for Colton Cowser. He's like not even, I don't think he's batting 201 on the year. He's hit a few bombs. I think he's got like 14 home runs, but he is striking out left and right, not putting the ball in play. He looks fairly lost at the plate, and I get it. This is his second full major league season. You would think he's been around for a while, but it's really only his second full season. He's going to have to make a turnaround next year, or there's going to start being some rumblings about long-term commitment to a player like a Colton Cowser. If you're making that, if the Orioles are out there, or the Orioles fans, and the rumor mill is whether or not the Orioles are going to make a long-term commitment to Adley Rutschman, who's been around a little bit longer than Cowser by about a season and a half. I get it, but something's going to have to be done with Cowser. He's going to have to put up better numbers. Anyway, we're about ready for baseball here in just a few minutes. We're about 5 minutes out. Victor, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, Victor, I don't know. I mean, Mets aren't playing well, but they're still in the playoffs right now, and they're not going to win the division. Division's over. But at this point, they just got to turn it around and find a way to get back in to the race for that possible top spot in the wild card. They're still in the running for making the playoffs. They're not out of it yet. The season's over for the division. Philadelphia is going to win the division, but try to move on as best you can. Don't give up just yet. Daniel Berry Sports, welcome in. Happy Monday to you. To the Orioles' credit is Kobe Mayo. Mayo has been hitting the ball better. Hit a couple of back-to-back home runs in games I think it was Saturday and Sunday, to no avail. The Orioles lost both games. But it's still good to see him, putting the ball in play and using his power. He's got 9 home runs this year in limited at-bats. I still think Kobe Mayo is a potential 40 home run guy on this team. And, I just think it's a matter of time. This guy's got less than 300 at-bats in the major leagues for his career. It's too small a sample size to give up on him just yet. I get it. Mayo's hitting 193. But the power is there. It's going to turn around. At some point, the light bulb's going to click. Ronald Duffney, welcome in. Good to see you. So I'm not worried too much about a player like a Mayo. I'm not worried about Samuel Basallo, who's also off to a pretty slow start at 179. Some of these guys, they're going to have to start turning it around. Dylan Beavers, to his credit, of all the guys who are the young guys in this team, I think his approach at the plate is one that most of these players should be taking note of. He shortens his swing when he gets to 2 strikes. He becomes a little bit more of a defensive hitter, making contact. He doesn't strike out very often, puts the ball in play. He doesn't overswing. When he gets to 2 strikes, he becomes a defensive hitter a little bit. Again, just trying to put bat on ball, keep the at-bat alive. I think that's something that, there's something to be said for that. And I think it's part of the reason why you see that, a guy like Dylan Beavers is batting .282. He's 100 points better than Basallo, who's been up here the same amount of time. So I think there's something to be said for that. John A.B., welcome in. Sony 4K, welcome in. Good to have all of you in here. It's nice to have you all here. We haven't called a game in a while. It's been up and down. Wednesdays, a lot of Wednesdays have been tough because they've been doing afternoon games or other things have been going on around here that we haven't been able to do it. But it's nice to be back. And Orioles are going to hopefully get a win tonight. We'll see what happens. Again, they've got a good pitcher on the mound in Kyle Bradish. And we'll see. The White Sox, not a very good team. They haven't been all year. They haven't been in several years. I think last year they almost set a record or did set a record for losses. They were terrible. So I would think the Orioles are in good shape today, but you never know. That's why you play the games, folks. Everybody thought the Dodgers were going to run away with baseball this year and we're going to be this juggernaut 110-win season, and they're struggling to win their division. So you got to play the games. But nice to have everybody here. We already got 7 likes out there. I love to see it. We're trying to get to 40 tonight. Share us out. Got White Sox fans in your family, baseball fans, and you want to talk a little baseball tonight, please come on in. Join us. We're going to have a lot of fun, as you can see behind me. And obviously, we're calling an Orioles game. I'm a big O's fan. Live or die. Late dinner, be back soon. All right, Victor, we'll be here. Big O's fan. Been an O's fan since I was born, 1970. And win or lose, I love them. The Orioles won 3 against the White Sox in Baltimore earlier in the year. Orioles scored 3 runs per game in that series, which is not a lot of runs, but the White Sox scored 1.7 runs. We batted .230 in the series, which is terrible. The White Sox were worse. They batted .212. Our ERA as starters was at 0.46. Their starter ERA was 4.73. That was the difference right there. And, pitching wins. It really does. Pitching wins. If you can pitch and hit, you're going to go a very long way. And if the Orioles get pitching, they don't hit. If they get hitting, they don't pitch. It's been their Achilles heel all year is the inconsistency. So Tyler Gilbert on the year, he's 4-1 with a 4.17 ERA. He's only had 3 starts in 41 games. So I guess you can kind of consider him an opener, maybe. Maybe this is an opener for the White Sox. But either way, we're about ready for baseball. And Tyler Gilbert is warming up. Is about ready to finish his warm-ups. Looks like Jackson Holliday is stepping into the plate. And we're about to get started here. I'm not sure ultimately, Jackson Holliday has been the leadoff hitter pretty much for the Orioles the entire season. Do I think he's ultimately a leadoff hitter? No, I don't. I think he's probably a 2 guy or a 5 or 6 guy in a lineup. I just don't see him as a leadoff hitter. Swings too much at the first pitch. He doesn't go deep in counts. Strikes out a little too much for me. So something's got to change there. But either way, Jackson's he's in the box. Look, Tyler Gilbert is at the belt, and we're ready for baseball here, folks. First pitch is on the way. And there's a strike on a sweeper, 0-1. Welcome in the Genius in Math. Long time no see. It has been a while. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Jackson, 253, 17 home runs, 55 RBIs on the season. 0-1 pitch on the way. There's strike two, 0-2 quickly. Gilbert with a sinker and a sweeper, and he has quickly gotten ahead 0-2 on Jackson Holiday. Jackson's got a 7-game hitting streak, batting .360 with a home run and 3 RBIs over his last 10 games. 0-2 pitch, and way outside, ball 1-2. So for Holiday, obviously he didn't qualify for Rookie of the Year this year. He had too many at-bats last year. But for his first full season in the major leagues, I think he's had a very good season. 1-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a fly ball to left field. Looks like it's going to be playable for the left fielder. He's under it. He's got it, and that's your first out. So 252 season so far for Jackson Holiday. I'd like to see him bump that up 20 or 30 points. I really want to see Holiday be a 270, 280 hitter, even if it means sacrificing a few long balls. You know, in his first full season in the major leagues, he's got 17 home runs this year. I predicted 20. He didn't quite get to 20. He might, but I think he's had a very good season. Here's Jeremiah Jackson, 285 hitter. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Now, a lot of people in Baltimore have been saying, oh my God, Jeremiah Jackson, really good player. We need to find a way to get him into the lineup every day. Here's what I say to that, for what it's worth. You know, he's 285, 5 home runs, 18 RBIs in a very small sample size. And where are the Orioles going to play him? 1-0 pitch is a swing and a foul back, 1-1. You know, where's he going to play for the Orioles? If healthy, and that's a big if, don't get me wrong, I understand that's a big if. Sorry, folks, I'm just doing something. If healthy, Jordan Westburg's playing third, Gunner's playing short, Jackson's playing first, Kobe Mayo, Samuel Basayo, Ryan Mountcastle. 1-1 pitch, swing and a foul, 1-2 are playing first base. Tyler O'Neill, if healthy, Colton Cowser, and probably Dylan Beavers is going to be your outfield next year. So Jeremiah Jackson, at best, is going to be a super utility guy. He's down in the count here, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Oh, he swings at a ball high in the zone for strike 3. And quickly, 2 outs for Tyler Gilbert. That was way out of the zone. It was up here, and he just couldn't hold his swing back. And that's a bad at-bat for Jeremiah Jackson right there. So 2 quick outs for the Orioles. That's going to bring Gunnar Henderson to the plate. You know, at this point in the season, I don't see anybody else that's going to be the most valuable Oriole. I think it's going to be Gunnar Henderson. First pitch to him. Here's another sweeper for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, Ninja Watchers, if you're in here, welcome in. Good to have you here. I don't know how many are watching right now. Looks like we got 5 with 8 likes. Good to have you here. 0-1 pitch on the way. Here comes. There's another sweeper. Fly ball. Hit pretty well to right field. Nope, center fielder's going to call him off, and at the warning track, he's got it. And just like that, 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. No runs, no hits, no errors. Heading to the bottom of the first inning, no score. So, welcome in, everybody. Good to have you all here. Again, if you're new here, this is the Birdland Network. My name is Walt. I'm a big Orioles fan. We try to get out, call games as often as we can. It's not every Wednesday. Normally, we like to try to do it every week, every Wednesday. That might change next year. We'll have to see. Wednesdays are sometimes getaway games. Like this Wednesday, the game's at 2 o'clock. I can't call that game because I have to work. I work during the day, so I can't call a 2 o'clock game on a Wednesday afternoon. Last week, it was a 1 o'clock game in the afternoon. I couldn't call that game. The week before that, we were away. The week before that, something else was going on. So it's been a little harder than I expected to call games this year. So hopefully next year, we'll look at the schedule a little bit better, try to find a day of the week where we can try to get every game in on that day as much as we can. Also, 2 West Coast games. You know, if the Orioles are on a Wednesday night and they're in Arizona or San Francisco and the game doesn't even start till 10 o'clock, we're not calling that game. So that's part of what happens. But anyway, good to have all of you here. If you have any questions, please, in the chat, give us your questions. We'd love to hear from you. These are always a lot of fun, and we're having a good time. We appreciate everybody being in here. And we already got 9 likes, 6 people in here watching. Thank you very much. Share us out, folks. Let everybody know we're here, and we're going to have a good time tonight. All right, so still in commercial break for me, but we're about to get started here. Again, Kyle Bradish on the mound for the Orioles, 2.65 ERA, even though he is 0-2. So Tauchman is going to lead it off for the Chicago White Sox. He's a 2.64 hitter on the year. Kyle Bradish, 3 starts, 0-1, 2.65 ERA, 17 innings, 0.94 whip, 197 opponent batting average, 2 home runs given up. Here's the first pitch to Tauchman. Strike, 0-1, just like that. Good start. And, of course, for those that don't know, Kyle Bradish is coming back from Tommy John surgery. He has been out for the last year and a half. So it's been good to have him back. Late in the season, but he's back. 0-1 pitch inside. Ball 1. 1-1. There's Jordan Westburg. Hopefully, Jordan Westburg will be back soon. Very bad season for him. 1-1 pitch outside. Ball 2. 2-1. That actually looked like it caught the zone. Westberg's been a big disappointment for the Orioles this year. He has missed a ton of time on the injured list. Him, Tyler O'Neill, Adley Rutschman, just all season. 2-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Check in third. He did go. So 2 strikes on Tauchman. But yeah, Jordan Westburg, 13 home runs, batting like 280 on the season. In the limited time that he's played very well. But he has missed a ample amount of time for the Orioles this year. They've definitely missed him. 2-2 pitch. There's a curveball or slider fouled away. We're going to do it again. 2-2. Again, good to have everybody here. Already at 9 likes. We're trying to get to 40. Let's see if we can get to that 10th like, and already we'll be at 25% of the way there. Bradish set 2-2 pitch. High. Ball 3. 3-2. Kind of overthrew that one. He let it go before his body, which, of course, made the ball elevate. So 3-2 count on the first hitter. Not ideal if you're Bradish, but here we go. 3-2 pitch. There's a called strike 3. Oh, he called it a ball. Oh, my gosh. That caught the inner part of the zone for what should have been strike 3, and the umpire called it a ball. Oh, my gracious. That was definitely a strike, and Bradish is not happy about it. That was definitely a strike, but nope. Umpire calls it a ball. So man on first with nobody out. And here's Teal, 284 hitter on the season. Here's the pitch, the curveball, swing, and a fly ball. Left field, that's going to get out of play, 0-1. My gracious. So there's the first bad call of the night. Real bad call. That was a strike. Definitely had plenty of the zone. And the umpire called it a ball. Here we go. 0-1 pitch. There's a strike right down the middle. 0-2. Yes, thank you all the Ninja Watchers. If you're not commenting and you're in here, good to have you here. So quickly, 0-2 on Teal. If you're Bradish right here, you're either looking for the strikeout or maybe a ground ball at somebody. See if you can get 2 outs for the price of 1. 0-2 pitch. Nope, ball in the dirt. Good stop by Basayo. 1-2 count. The Orioles offseason is going to be a very interesting offseason. Mike Elias has been promoted to vice president of baseball operations, so he's going to be looking for not just a manager, but he's also going to be looking for a general manager this offseason. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. And that's the exact same pitch he threw to Tauchman that they called a ball. This time it's called a strike, and that's the first out. Good movement by Bradish. That ball started inside and tailed back over the plate for strike 3. And Teal was upset because he's thinking, look, you just called that a ball last time, and now you're calling it a strike. So I get it. 1 down. Here's Sosa. First pitch to him is a strike on the slider, 0-1. Bradish is set at the belt. The 0-1 pitch is on the way. He holds. There it is. Swinging a ground ball, foul up the first base line. And quickly 0-2. The thing about Kyle Bradish for the Orioles is when right, when healthy, his stuff is almost as good as anybody in the league. Kyle Bradish has top of the rotation, ace-like stuff. 2 years ago, before he had Tommy John surgery, he was fourth in American League voting for the Cy Young Award. He had a 2.24 ERA, was just dominant the whole year. He's got the stuff. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, he got him. Strike three, and just like that, 2 quick outs for the Orioles. He really does. He has really, I hate using the word elite, but he's definitely got top of the rotation stuff. The spin rate's really, really good. Lots of spin on his ball. Command is good. He doesn't walk a lot of batters. He gives up the occasional home run. If he's got an Achilles heel, that seems to be it. Here's Montgomery. No, throw over to first. No, he back in time. Good pickoff move by Bradish there. That's your first disengagement. But I think that Kyle Bradish has top of the rotation stuff. And unfortunately for the Orioles, if you have, and we'll talk about it after the inning, let's see what happens to Montgomery. First pitch to him is high, ball one. If you can keep Bradish healthy, if you can get Trevor Rogers to continue doing what he's doing this year, and then somehow, if the gods are kind to the Orioles, Grayson Rodriguez comes back healthy next year, it's a good 1-2-3. 1-0 pitch, swing, and a fly ball in the center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So a 2-out base hit for Montgomery puts runners at first and second. And that's going to bring Meade to the plate with 2 down. But really, if you look at the Orioles, if you have Bradish, Grayson Rodriguez, and Trevor Rogers next year, and that's your starting 3, and they're healthy, and they perform to the level that they're capable of performing, you have a really good nucleus for a rotation. And then if you can go out and get a Dylan Cease, who's a free agent at the end of the year, or maybe make a trade for a guy, and you can put him at the top of the rotation and knock everybody down one, first pitch to Meade is a swing and a foul back, 0-1. That rotation just became incredibly deep. And just like that, you have a rotation that can keep you in ball games and take the pressure off the offense, unlike what it did this year. So Bradish has got an 0-1 count on Meade, 244 hitter. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider. Quickly 0-2. And for those of you that have watched my games in the past, I always say, look, when you get ahead 0-2, 1-2 on the count, absolutely no need to throw a strike here. No need to throw a strike. Just throw a competitive pitch. See if you can get them to chase to get them out. Here we go. He's at the belt. 0-2 pitch. Outside. Ball 1-2. And I like that. Throw a ball there. It wasn't quite a competitive pitch. It was a little too far outside. He wasn't going to offer it that. But if you can make a competitive pitch, just a little off the plate or a little in, something that the hitter might chase, even though it's not a strike, that's what you want to do in a case like that. You don't want to throw one 0-2, 1-2 right down the middle. Make them expand the zone. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Tyler O'Neill's up with it. The runner's around in third. He's going to score. And just like that, the Chicago White Sox have a 1-0 lead. And Kyle Bradish did exactly what I just said he did not need to do. He had a 1-2 count on the hitter. He kept the ball up in the zone, right down the middle of the plate, but up a little bit. And the hitter just served it into right field for a base hit. And the first run is on the board. Bad execution on the part of Kyle Bradish there. Absolutely no need at 1-2 to throw a strike to that hitter right there. The hitter didn't try to do too much with it. Serves it into right field. And just like that, they have a run. Here's Benintendi, 241 hitter on the year. First pitch, inside, ball 1-0. And just like that, it's 1-0 Chicago. And it's the difference between what the Orioles haven't been doing and other teams have. They get the runs in when they have to. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. And the runner at first. Go. Did he go? No, he did not go. He went back. So 1-1 count on Benintendi. 241, 19 home runs, 60 RBIs on the season. Of course, he's a former Red Sox player. One-0 pitch on the way. Fly ball right field. Nope, that's out of play. So quickly again, he's ahead in the count, 1-2 on Benintendi, just like he had the last hitter. Now let's see what kind of pitch he makes here. Nope, throw over to first. Runner is back. That's your first disengagement. Hey, we got 9 folks in here with 9 likes. If you haven't already hit that like button, please hit the like button. We're trying to get to 40 likes on the day, and we're almost to our 25% mark right there. 1-2 pitch to Benintendi. Bradish is set. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He got him. Ball in the dirt. Basayo will throw down the first. Tags the bag. That's your inning, folks. But the White Sox do their job. A 2-out base hit by Neal or Mead gets the run home, and it's 1-0 White Sox. We're heading to the second. So, yeah, anyway, we're talking about the Orioles and their rotation for next year and just talking about in general for the Orioles. It'll be a very interesting offseason here in Baltimore. A lot of folks have been saying, hey, the Orioles got rid of the manager earlier in the year. Brandon Hyde was gone. And then they were like, Mike Elias needs to go too. I've never been a fan of that. I think Mike Elias, for the most part, has done a very good job with this team. He put us back on the map. We've been competitive under him. He rebuilt this organization. He rebuilt this club, and they're competitive again. Yes, they took this year a speed bump, a hiccup, whatever you want to call it. I don't think the guy should lose his job for that. He's done everything he said he was going to do. He said it was going to take some time. He was going to build the farm system and the club from scratch. He did that. Got him competitive again. At some point, though, it's got to fall to the players to go out there and play well. They haven't done it this year. Part of it has been injuries as well. There's no doubt about that. But now that Mike Elias has been promoted, he's now vice president of baseball operations. The Orioles have a lot of work ahead of them. And it really has to start with the general manager. You want the general manager signed first because somebody's got to have to be the GM. And from there, you want that general manager to be the one that hires the manager because you want everybody to be on the same page. You don't want the vice president of baseball operations, Mike Elias, you don't want him signing a manager and then getting a general manager, and then maybe that general manager, that's not the guy he wants. So you want continuity there. GM first, then manager. That's just my opinion. Welcome into Fearlessamore. Welcome in. Good to have you. Can the Orioles win? They can win. I don't know if they will win, but they can. So after they do that, then they've got to make some decisions on some players. They've got to find some players. Who's going to close? Jose Bautista's done again. I personally think he's done as an Oriole. I don't know that he's ever coming back. Tyler O'Neill, first pitch to him, high, ball 1-0. He missed all of 2024 with Tommy John surgery, a little bit of 2023. He comes into 2025. He wasn't very effective. He was okay. 1-0 pitch, swinging and a ground ball foul, 1-1. And then Bautista gets hurt again, and now he's going to miss all of 2026. So Felix Bautista is not going to be, I don't know that he's going to come back from this. So the Orioles are going to need a closer. 1-1 pitch to O'Neill. Here's a curveball, strike, 1-2. They're going to need another starter. They're going to have to decide what they want to do, if they want to bring some veteran hitters in, other than somebody like a Tyler O'Neill. 1-2 pitch on the way. The curveball, outside corner. Oh, he called it a ball. It looked like it caught the corner, but it's called a ball. So 2-2. But they've got a lot of work ahead of them. Fearlessamore, welcome in. Be sure to hit that like button. I hope you subscribe. 2-2 pitch on the way. Fly ball. Center field. Fairly deep, but playable. Center fielder's got it. 1 down. Yeah, the Orioles are going to have to make some moves. They're going to have to make a decision on Ryan Mountcastle. He's in his final year. Next year, 2026, will be his last year with the Orioles before he hits free agency. Do they tender him a contract? You have Adley Rutschman, who may have to start coming out from behind the plate. Samuel Basayo. You've got Colby Mayo. What are they going to do with Mountcastle? Here he is. Speaking of which, there's a fly ball to left field, and that ball is foul. So quickly 0-1 on Mountcastle. Mountie has been another one. I hate to say it. Seems like it's a recurring theme with the Orioles. He's been a disappointment. On the DL a lot this year. 256 hitter, 5 home runs. His power numbers have just steadily declined since his rookie year when he hit 33. Mountie, first 0-1 pitch. Here's a swing and a foul back. Quickly 0-2. And, the Orioles are going to have to make a decision on him. Do they non-tender him? Do they bring him back and maybe trade him? I don't know. Or do they trade him in the offseason? We'll have to see. He's quickly behind 0-2 here. Here's the pitch. Outside and high. Ball 1-2. So, the Orioles are going to have to rebuild their bullpen. The entire bullpen for the Orioles has been just an albatross this year. They've been terrible. And the Orioles are going to have to rebuild their bullpen. 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. Shortstop. He's got it. Up with it. Throw to first. And that is the out. So quickly, 2 down for the Orioles again. So the Orioles have a lot of work in the offseason to figure out. And I think it has to start with the GM. Then it has to start with the manager. And I think they need an entire overhaul in the coaching staff. The entire coaching staff has to go. Dylan Beavers, 282 hitter on the season. He's now at the plate. Love his approach. First pitch to him. There's a curveball high, 1-0. I do. I really like Dylan Beavers. He's played really well since he's been called up. Doesn't look overmatched. Doesn't look lost at the plate. He's played really well. 1-0 pitch. There's a pop-up. Left field. Pretty shallow. That ball is playable. And that's the third out. And just like that, the Orioles are done. No hits. No runs. No errors. Bottom of the second coming up 1-0 in the White Sox. Yeah, we said it before and I'll say it again. The Orioles have been an offensive disappointment all year. Exactly what you're seeing again tonight is how it's been pretty much the entire season for the Oaks. They just do not score a lot of runs. They are down there in runs scored. They have got to be near the bottom of the league here. I'll tell you guys here in a second. I'll pull it up. The Orioles as a team for runs scored, the Orioles are in Major League Baseball, they're 23rd in all of baseball. 23rd out of 30 teams in baseball in runs scored. They're 10th out of 15 teams in the American League. So they're not scoring runs at all. Now, where are they in home runs? Let's see where they are in home runs in Major League Baseball. In Major League Baseball, they are... Where are they? Ninth in Major League Baseball. Is that? That's not. No, that's MLB. That's the American League. I want to see all of MLB. So the Orioles are 14th in home runs, but 23rd in runs scored. So what does that tell you? That just tells you that the runs the Orioles score, they're scoring via the home run. They hit a lot of home runs, but they don't score a lot of runs. So if they don't get it via the home run, they don't score. And that was an issue with them late last year. And they never fixed it. And it has cost them. A Monday night matchup. All right, Kyle Bradish back up on the mound. He's ready to go here. Orioles, baseball, Chicago White Sox coming to the end of the year. First pitch. There's a strike. 0-1. Good pitch. Bradish has got some good movement on his fastball tonight. When those left-handed hitters, they're running in or starts in and runs back over the plate. Real good pitch for him tonight. Here's Cuero. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Quickly 0-2. Again, good to have everybody here. Small crowd tonight. Didn't expect to have a lot of people. Didn't go live till late. And haven't been going live, so didn't expect a lot of folks. But good to have you here. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3 for Kyle Bradish. So Bradish is looking good. He's really only made a couple mistakes. It's hurt him because they scored a run. But he has really looked dominant so far in a lot of these at-bats. Upper 90s fastball right now. Anywhere from 94 to 97. He's getting ahead of the hitters, and it's worked for him. Here's Mydroth. First pitch to him. There's a ball low, 1-0. Interesting for the Orioles. Chase Mydroth, 269, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. Every single player on this team other than Benintendi, I don't even know who they are. 1-0 pitch outside, ball 2, 2-0. So 2-0 pitch on the way to Mydroth. Here it is. There's a line drive. Base hit into left field. Nice swing there by Mydroth. Had a pitch up in the zone, and he just hammers it into left field for a base hit. So 1 down. That's going to bring to the plate the number 9 hitter, Fletcher. We get into the 5th inning. The 5th inning. Once we finish the 5th inning, we'll go ahead and we'll do scores around Major League Baseball. So again, here's Fletcher, left-handed hitter, 182 on the season. First pitch to him, strike right there, 0-1. Bradish just set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So quickly, 0-2. So 2 quick strikes on Fletcher. Let's see if Bradish can finish him off. Nope. Throws over to first. Runner's back. Again, good to have everybody in here. We're up to 11, looks like 10 likes already, so we're 25% of the way to our goal. Nice. Good to have you all here. Bradish is set, 0-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball, a shortstop. That should be 2. Throw to second for 1. Back to first, just in time to get him. And that's the double play, 6-4-3. And that's your inning, just like that. We're heading to the top of the 3rd inning. Chicago still got the 1-0 lead. Nice turn right there by Jackson as well. They just got him. Good stretch by Mountie also. Love to see that. It's been a day, man. I had to work today, and then last minute I asked Melissa, I said, it's all right. I might call the game tonight. I haven't called a game in a while. Can't call tomorrow night. Can't call Wednesday afternoon. And I was like, do you mind if I call the game tonight? She says, yeah, go ahead. She says, I'm just downstairs watching TV anyway. So here we are. We're calling the game. I'm glad you guys are all here with us. Small crowd or not, it's just good to have everybody here. We appreciate you. No matter what happens, even if we don't get to either one of our goals today, we're at like 1183 on subscribers. So it looks like my TV that I'm watching is a little bit behind the screen with the actual gameplay. So we'll see. I'm still off today. While I'm starting my work week tomorrow. Okay, John, nice. I've always worked a job where it was Monday to Friday. Never worked anything else. But to be honest, didn't want to either. I want Saturdays and Sundays off. All right, Kobe Mayo stepping into the plate for the Orioles. Been hitting a little bit better of late for the O's. Mayo has, so the Orioles are hoping he's starting to turn it around. First pitch to him. Here it is. There's a curveball strike. 0-1. 193 hitter, 9 home runs, 24 RBIs, 622 OPS on the season. 0-1 pitch on the way. There's a check swing high. Ball 1, 1-1. The Orioles have given Mayo every opportunity. When Mountcastle went down, they called him up. He's played pretty much every day since. 1-1 pitch. Ball outside, 2-1. And I think he's going to get every opportunity to play as much as possible next year, too. He is set. 2-1 pitch on the way. There's a check swing foul. 2-2. He meant to hold up, and the bat got a little bit of the ball. So quickly, just like that, 2-2. You know, I think Kobe Mayo is ultimately going to be fine. I do. I think he's ultimately going to be okay. But we'll have to see. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the light bulb to click. 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a called strike 3 right there on a slider. It's one of the things that a lot of these young hitters for the Orioles need to work on. And that's recognizing off-speed pitches. He gave up on that pitch. I don't know what he thought, but he just totally gave up on it. And that's a ball right down the middle of the plate. And that's a called strike 3. So 1 down for the Orioles. Pitch recognition on some of these players has got to get better. Here's Basayo. 179 hitter on the year. First pitch to him is a curveball, and that's fouled off to the right side. 0-1. 2 home runs for Basayo so far, 11 RBIs. He's been a 179 hitter. 0-1 pitch for him. Here it is. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. So quickly, 0-2. But we talked about this before. Let's see what he does. Now he's behind in the count. Does he shorten his swing? Try to just make contact? We're going to find out. Let's see. 0-2 pitch on the way. There's a fly ball. Foul off to the left. We'll do it again. Yeah, thank you, Sony. Appreciate that. Yeah, we have a Disney channel, too. We have 25,000 subscribers over there. Oh, new pitcher on the mound for them. Burke's in the game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Here's a swing and a foul back again. So Burke is in the game. So yeah, the pitcher for the White Sox was just that. He was a starter. I mean, he was an opener, as they call it in today's game. Oh, 2 pitch. Here comes. Pop up. Third baseman's giving chase. Pitcher's giving chase, and it's going to fall in between them. It's a foul ball, but it wasn't caught, so Basayo is still alive. Still alive! It was a pop-up, and the third baseman was basically playing shortstop with the shift. He was playing as far over as he could, and he just couldn't get to the ball. So here we go. 0-2 count on Basayo, just like that. And he is set. And here's Burke's pitch. Here it comes. Inside. Ball 1. 1-2. Pitcher's set. 1-2 pitch on the way. Nope, that ball's way in the dirt. Whoa! 2-2 count on Samuel Basayo, who is going to be probably the Orioles catcher of the future. He may split the time with Adley Rutschman, or he may be the full-time catcher. Rutschman might move to first. Who knows? 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. That ball was inside and low. Ball 3. So good at bat for Basayo here. He went from 0-2 to now running the count 3-2. He's making Burke work a little bit here. That's good. 3-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Check swing. Did he go? He did. Did he go? Well, he's going down to first base. I thought he went, but I guess not. Third base umpire says no. He checked his swing, and that's going to be a walk. So a 1-out walk for the Orioles. Did he go? Let's look at it. It looks like he might have held up. So a 1-out walk for Basayo. That's going to bring Colton Cowser to the plate. Cowser on the season, just terrible season for the Orioles right now. 201 hitter. Just not look good at the plate whatsoever as Cowser. He missed some significant time too this season with injuries. It's been such a recurring theme for the Orioles this year. It's the injuries. So Cowser's set. Here's first pitch to him. That ball is high. Did he check his swing? No, he did not. That's a strike. 0-1. Again, I wonder what it is with Cowser. I don't know if, again, we talk about pitch recognition with Kobe Mayo. I don't know if it's a pitch recognition thing or not with him, too, because that ball was definitely high, and he still swung at it. 0-1 pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a curveball for a strike. Quickly, Colton Cowser is behind in the count, 0-2. Just like that, he has fallen behind in the count. He's really been a struggle this year for Cowser. Like, it's really been a struggle. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a foul. Still 0-2. We're going to do it again. Part of it there's a pitch that's on the low and outside part of the plate, and he's still trying to pull it. And he turns it over, and luckily he fouled it off, and it went foul. But he's still trying to pull pitches on the outside, and that's why they're setting up on the outside again. 0-2 pitch, here it comes, swing and a miss. They got him. No, he fouled it off. I'm sorry, he fouled it off. I thought he was strike 3, but no, he fouled it off. But Cowser's having issues with pitches on the outside part of the plate. He just refuses to go the other way with the ball most of the time. Now, the other day when he hit the home run, to his credit, that was to the outside part of the plate. He needs to do that more often. 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. That ball is high. Ball 1. 1-2. But again, at first, it looked like he was going to offer at it. And, jeez. I like Cowser. I like him a lot. But his at-bats have got to get better. He's got to start figuring this out. He's behind 1-2. Here's the pitch. Inside and low, ball 2, 2-2. Two pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a fly ball, right field, just foul. That ball, it was a curveball. It was up in the zone. It hung up, and Cowser he was all over it. He just pulled it. Just was a little too far out in front, and he pulls it foul down the right field line. So we're going to do it again. 2-2 count right here. Jackson Holliday is on deck. Back to the top of the lineup. We are waiting on the pitcher. He is doing something. All right, 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. Terrible. Colton Cowser did not look good at all there. A ball high in the zone. Would have been ball 3. He swings at it. Strike 3. 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup. I don't even know what you're swinging at there. That ball's not even close to being a strike. Yeah, Cowser's been a disappointment in a lot of ways. Here's Jackson Holliday. First pitch to him. They're setting up outside. Way outside. Ball 1. 1-0. Yes, Ninja Watchers, welcome in. We got 10 folks in here now. Good to have everybody here. With 11 likes. That's amazing. Thank you, folks. Jackson's got a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 2. 2-0. Looks like it's dog night at the game in Chicago. They're showing the stands, and everybody's got their dog with them. It's really cool seeing all the different dogs. 2-0 count on Holiday. Here's the pitch. Way outside on a curveball. Ball 3. 3-0. Now, if you're the Orioles here, you're down 1-0. You got one of your better hitters at the plate. Righty on lefty. Are you giving Jackson Holiday the green light here? I'd say no. But here it is, 3-0 pitch. Inside, ball 4. They walked him. I didn't think so. So that's going to bring Jeremiah Jackson into play only because I didn't think the pitcher was going to give him anything to hit because they probably want to pitch to Jeremiah Jackson. So I didn't think he was going to get anything to hit anyway. With Jeremiah Jackson, the next hitter, they probably would rather face him. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So here's Jackson. Got runners on first and second. And this is where Chicago, to their credit, they succeeded. Can the Orioles do it as well? Chicago got the run home with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball, 0-1. You know, when they had 2 outs, men on first and second, what did they do? They got the base hit to right field. They got the run home. Now the Orioles need to do it as well. But they're behind in the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He's looking bad. So just like that, Jeremiah Jackson's behind in the count, 0-2. And he's looked bad on both swings. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Swinging a ground ball. Up the middle, base hit! Basayo's going to round third. He's going to score. Throw to third. Jackson Holiday's going to make it. Throw to second. He is safe. Jeremiah Jackson takes the extra base when they throw it to third. And just like that, Jackson does come through with the big hit. And the Orioles have tied the game 1-1. And they still have 2 more runners in scoring position with second and third. But again, bad pitch straight down the middle of the plate. 95, middle heart of the plate by the pitcher. He makes a mistake, and Jackson makes him pay for it. You have an 0-2 count right there. No need to throw a strike. He throws one right down Broadway, and Jackson made him pay. Good for him. All right, that brings Gunnar to the plate. Here's the pitch to him. Inside, ball 1, 1-0. Not good execution on the pitch. And Jeremiah Jackson made it pay. 1-0 count to Gunnar. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-1. Gunnar it pretty much leads the Orioles in every offensive category, but it's definitely been a down season for him, especially on the power side and the production side. 1-1 pitch. There's a curveball fouled off to the right, and quickly 1-2 count on Gunnar Henderson. And again, these are the big moments right here. If Gunnar can get one, drive one into a gap, or even just a base hit. Base hit's going to score 2 runs here. You know, will he shorten up his swing? Just try to make contact, put a ball in play. Let's see if he does. All right, they're going to step off for a minute. All right, Burke is at the belt. Gunner's ready. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to the first baseman. He's got it. He's going to step on the bag. And that's your inning. So the Orioles get 1, and they tie it. We're going to head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-1 game. But big hit by Jeremiah Jackson. Give credit where it's due. He did what he had to do right there. He got the big hit. And that's important. The Orioles need that. They need those, runners in scoring position. They need those big hits. It's the difference. A lot of times it's going to be the difference in winning and losing games. We've seen it so many times this year. Orioles had one game earlier in the year where they had 19 runners in scoring position in one game. And they went 1 for 19 with runners in scoring position. Now, this was like early on. This was like May. But I can't remember who they were playing that day, but they were 1 for 19 with runners in scoring position. So they had 19 at-bats with a chance to, with a hit, get a run home. 1 out of 19 did they do it. It's just been that kind of season for them. And it's been a bummer, for sure. You're hoping next year. Last year, I think they led the American League or led baseball with runners in scoring position. They batted like 280 with runners in scoring position. This year, they batted 180 with runners in scoring position. It's like a 100-point difference from what they did last year. So it's been tough. Thank you, guys. Looks like we got 12 to 13 likes. Good having all of you in here. In the bottom of the third inning, we got a 1-1 game. Good game so far. Got some good pitching. Got some big hits. When the teams have needed a big hit, they've come through. And we got a close one. Kyle Bradish is back out on the mound for the third inning here. And we're back to the top of the lineup for them. Talkman's at the plate. First pitch. Curveball outside. Ball 1-0. Looked like a strike. It looked like it might have just missed the outside part of the plate. It was close. 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Here comes ball high. 2-0. So 2-0 count right here. Here it comes. In the dirt. Ball 3. 3-0. I think I want to keep the score. All right, I'll leave the score on the screen for you. There you go. So 3-0 count to Talkman. He's probably swinging away here. I'd give him the green light. He doesn't have to. Ball 4. So 4 straight pitches, and it's a leadoff walk for the White Sox. That's going to bring Teal to the plate. Excuse me. First pitch to him. Here comes. Swing and a miss. Strike. 0-1. He was teeing off on that first pitch. He was expecting a strike. Again, good movement on the fastball right there by Kyle Bradish. Ball was tailing away from him. 0-1 pitch. Inside. Strike. 0-2. That pitch right there could have went either way. If he had called it a ball, probably wouldn't have been upset with that. It was close. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball. Swing and a miss. He got him. So Teal goes down on strikes. Good curveball. 12-6 by Bradish on that. And Teal swings right through it for strike 3. So 1 down. That'll bring Sosa to the plate. And we just got like number 13 or 14, it looks like. Thank you, gang. Real good movement on Bradish's pitches today. His curveball is 12-6. Starts here and just drops right off the table. His fastball is running really, really well. His sliders got movement. Good movement on his pitchers. First pitch to Sosa is outside. Ball 1-0. Good movement on the pitches for Kyle Bradish tonight. 1-0 pitch. Here comes. Swinging and a foul. Looks like it might be playable. Here comes Tyler O'Neill. Oh, and it drops right in front of him. And luckily for the Orioles, it was in foul ground, or else that's extra bases. But it did drop, and it was foul. So quickly, 1-1 for Sosa. That was close. O'Neill couldn't get there, and it drops. Lucky for him, it was out. It was out of, well, it was in foul ground. Oh, excuse me. So 1-1 count on Sosa here. Nice to see everybody in here. We got a 1-1 game, folks. Orioles, White Sox. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on a nice slider. Just breaks away from him, and he can't get to it. So 1-2 now on Sosa. Yes, we got two bottom dwellers here. Orioles last place in the American League East. Yes, White Sox last place in the American League Central. Not much baseball. They're not playing for much, but they're still playing. 1-2 pitch. Outside. Ball 2. 2-2. Threw him the same pitch. Wanted to see if he would swing at that one as well, but he did not swing at that one. 2-2 count. Checks the runner. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. And that's 2 down now in the inning. Kyle Bradish went upstairs, 95 miles an hour, said, here, hit it. And he couldn't hit it. Just like that, the O's have 2 outs. Very nice. Welcome in, everybody. Jedi Master Joe. What's up, Joe? Welcome in, man. Good to have you here, buddy. Hope you're doing well. So here's Montgomery. He's 1 for 1. First pitch to him. Strike right there. 0-1. Joe, good to have you in, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to have you here. Those likes are growing just like that. Good to have everybody in. So no 1 count on Montgomery. Here's the pitch to him. There's another called strike on the inside corner. 0-2. He did not like that at all, but it was a strike. So quickly, 0-2. Montgomery is set. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. In the dirt. Ball 1. 1-2. That was a nice stop right there by Basayo. Because that ball is in the dirt. And that could easily get by him. But it did not. And so we're good. So 1-2 count. Bradish to Montgomery. Man on first. 1-1 game. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. There's called strike 3. Oh, he called it a ball. It was in the top of the zone. It caught the zone, and the umpire did not give it to him. So that's ball 2. 2-2. Man, that was strike 3. Man, we talk about this all the time when we call baseball games. How a bad call can completely change the complexion of an at-bat. 2-2 pitch on the way. Ball 3. 3-2. Man. I mean, if he gets the call there, the inning's over. The Orioles are in the dugout. They're hitting. Instead, now he's got to throw more pitches. Man. Full count now. Nope, Bradish steps off. And likes are up to, what, 16, 17 likes at this point? That's awesome, guys. Thank you very much. 17 likes. We're almost halfway there. All right, they're not holding the runner. Bradish is set. There he goes. There's the pitch, and it's ball 4. Another pitch really close in the zone. That could have gone either way. This umpire is squeezing Kyle Bradish. He's got 3 walks now on the night. And they are definitely squeezing Kyle Bradish. Yeah, that's his 3rd walk of the night. That's going to bring Meade to the plate. He had the single in the 1st inning that got him a run home. Let's see what he can do this time. Bradish will remember that. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a strike right there on the inside part of the plate. 0-1. I think Bradish has got to remember that first at bat. There it comes. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider. 0-2. Perfect pitch. Mead is looking fastball there. He throws him a slider on the outside corner of the plate. Mead swings right through it. Right through it. He's quickly behind 0-2, but he had him 1-2 last time and gave up a base hit on the ball right down the middle of the plate. Here it is. Curveball, swing, and a foul back. We're going to do it again. That curveball was right down the middle of the plate as well. That is not where Bradish wanted it, but Mead misses it. And that's a break for Bradish there. That's not where he wanted that curveball. That curveball was hanging, but he did not. Mead missed it. 0-2 pitch on the way. Here it is. There's a ball, 1-2. Good pitch. Good slider there by Bradish. Competitive pitch, hoping that Mead was going to chase, but he does not. It's a good take by the hitter. One-two count. Bradish is ready at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3 on another slider low and away. And that time Mead could not lay off. And the inning is over. No runs. Couple hit. No runs. 1 hit. 2 left. Top of the 4th inning coming up. We're tied. 1-1, folks. Looking good. Good to have everybody in here today. I appreciate all 11 of you in here right now. Wow, we got 11 folks in here. Woo! That might be our high tonight. I think 11's our high tonight. So we're good to have everybody here. Again, this is the Birdland Network. We talk all things Orioles and Major League Baseball. And we're calling the game tonight. We're having a good time with it. Appreciate all of you being here. Hope you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And appreciate you giving us a like. See a lot of friends in here that we know. Joe, John, AB, Sony's in here. We had Victor in here earlier. And then we've had some new folks like Fear Lessamore has been in. We had Genius in Math was in earlier as well. Victor was here earlier as well. Melissa was here earlier. Some Ninja Watchers obviously out there as well. Some folks that aren't chatting. Perfectly fine. We love when you chat, but if you don't chat, that's fine too. Totally understandable. We're just glad you're here. And 11 is our high tonight. And it's gone already. We're down to 9. But that's okay. No problem. We're heading to the top of the 4th inning for the Orioles. They've got a 1-1 game. It's going to be Tyler O'Neill, Ryan Mountcastle, and Dylan Beavers for the O's coming up. First pitch to Tyler O'Neill is a ground ball right at the shortstop. He's got it. Throw to first in time. Tyler O'Neill is the first out. O'Neill has been, again, it's been like a recurring theme for the Orioles. I guess it's why the Orioles are in last place. Tyler O'Neill was also this year a big disappointment. Signed him to a 3-year, $49 million contract. He can opt out after the first year. I doubt he will. And he's been on the injured list. He's played like 50 games. Here's Mountie, first pitch, inside, ball 1. His numbers are down. He's been injured most of the year. He's only played in like 50 games this year for the Orioles. Big disappointment. But he could opt out after the season, but why would he? 1-0 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a foul back, 1-1. He's not going to get the kind of money the Orioles are paying him, especially after a season like this. You know, he's going to opt in, spend the next 2 seasons with the Birds, try to bounce back, and probably look to try to get one more big payday in his career. But he'll need 2 seasons to do that. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a foul ball off to the right, and that's quickly 1-2 on Mountcastle. Yeah, I don't. You know, if he had had a great season for the Orioles this year, because that was one of my predictions. I thought Tyler O'Neill was going to be a 30, 35 home run, 90 RBI, 270 hitter, and was going to opt out. 1-2 pitch, inside, ball 2. I really did. I didn't think he was going to. I thought he was going to play, out of 162, I thought he was going to play 120 games. And, you know, if he plays 120 games, he's got the power. He can put up the numbers. And I thought that's what he was going to do. He just totally did not. 2-2 pitch. There's a fly ball to left field. That's down the line. That's going to be a base hit. Mounty's going to make the turn, but no, he is going to hold. And good thing, because that was a strong throw in from the left fielder. So 1-out base hit for Mountcastle. He hit it down the line, but the left fielder got to it quick and held him to a single. Good piece of hitting by Mountcastle right there. So the Orioles got a 1-out base runner right here for Dylan Beavers. Burke is still in the game for the White Sox. Here's the first pitch to him. Inside, called a strike. Wow. 0-1. It might have got the inside part of the zone, but man, it looked like a ball to me. But umpire calls it a strike, so 0-1. All right, pitcher is set. Here's the pitch. Fly ball down the left field line. It's going to get out of play. So quickly 0-2 on Dylan Beavers. I think for a lot of people in Major League Baseball, Dylan Beavers wasn't even on the radar for the Orioles this year. Wasn't even a top 100 prospect. I think he is now. But he just did real well in single A, double A, was hitting well at triple A, and it was just the right time. He deserved the call up, and he's played well for the Orioles. 0-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Curveball in the dirt. Good take by Dylan Beavers right there. So 1-2. That's a good take. That's a tough pitch right there. It starts, again, it was a 12-6 curve. Starts right here. It looks like it's a strike coming in. Drops right off the table. But he recognized it and held and laid off. So that's good. 1-2 pitch. Here comes. In the dirt again. Ball 2. 2-2. Good takes by Dylan Beavers. He doesn't let the moment get ahead of him. He really doesn't. He slows his heart rate. Takes it in. It really doesn't let the moment, the emotions get to him. He's very, very level-headed, grounded player. Got to give him credit. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. There's a curveball. Strike 3 right there. He totally fooled him. Beavers was looking for something else because he totally took a pitch right down the middle on a curveball for strike 3. He did not see that pitch coming at all. Great pitch by Burke right there. That's going to bring Mayo to the plate. So 2 down now for the Orioles. Here's the pitch. Curveball again. Strike 1. So the Orioles hitters are not recognizing the curveball at all because they are taking some curveballs right down the middle of the plate. Mayo's behind 0-1. Here's pitch. Inside. Oh! They called it a ball, but it looked like it caught the zone. Mayo took it, but they called it a ball. So 1-1. That looked like a strike to me. So 1-1 to Mayo. Here's the pitch. On the way. Swinging a foul back. 1-2. So Mayo, again, behind in the count. 1-2, just like that. One-two pitch on the way. There's a swing and a foul again. So 1-2 count. Here we go. Pitch up high. Oh, it hit him! It hit him in the elbow. So 1-2 count. The ball rode up and in, and it hits Mayo in the hand. That's not good. And he is kind of bent over at the waist, wincing in pain. And they're gonna look it over right here. That ball hit him on the hand. I thought it got him in the elbow. But it looks like it actually got him in the hand.
With the velocities
Joe says Melissa's video of the parks in May was so good. Hardest turn away was locked in the whole time. Good style of video. Thanks, Joe. January, February, March, and April are out there as well. Not quite as long as that one.
In front of home plate,
but thank you.
It's almost impossible to get them out of the way.
All right, so it looks like he's going to stay in the game. Where to get him?
And once you start, man, you just can't.
Oh, it did. It got him on his left hand. His lower hand on the bat. It hit him right on the lower part of the hand.
That ball came up and hit him right in the side of the face, it looked like, too.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to stay in the game, though.
A little bit of the guard he had on the wrist, so hopefully that helped lessen the blow.
It's just been that kind of season for the Orioles. But here you go. First and second for Basayo. First pitch to him. Here it comes. In the dirt. Ball one. 1-0. So first and second for the Orioles, they got a base hit from Mounting. They got a hit by pitch from Mayo. And here's a big chance for Basayo to give the Orioles the lead. Let's see if he can do it. He's got a 1-0 count here. Let's go. 1-0 pitch on the way. Here's a swing and a foul. 1-1. One count to Basayo. Burke is at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back. 1-2. 96 up in the zone. He's able to get a piece of it. Orioles looking to try to end this season with as many wins as they can get. Really want to end it on a positive note. We'll see if they do. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. He's got it. Up and throw to first. That's your inning. So nothing doing for the Orioles. They get one hit batsman, 2 runners left. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th inning, 1-1 game. All right, I'll be right back, folks. I'm going to run and get something. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back. Welcome in, everybody. Good to have all 11 of you here. One game as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here. Both pitchers are pitching really well to this point. Both teams have had opportunities to put more runs on the board and have not been able to do it. What's the easiest way to burn 1,000 calories? You leave the pizza in the oven too long. Amen to that, Sony. Threw the ball with my dad today. Nice show. I can't do that with my father. He lives about 1,000 miles away. I love baseball too, Joe. It's probably my passion. That's why I have a channel. Small as it is. You can see in the background all my baseball stuff. I'm just a big baseball fan. I love baseball. Excuse me. All right, Bradish is ready. First pitch to the hitter, 0-1, or 1 ball. Outside and high, 1-0. 1-0 pitch, outside again, ball 2 to Benintendi. Let me bring this up for you guys. So 2-0 count on Benintendi. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That ball is outside again. Ball 3, 3-0. What other baseballs do you have? Yes, they are rare. I have a signed Brooks Robinson ball in there. I have a signed Eddie Murray ball in there. I have a signed Reggie Jackson ball in there. Ball 3, and he walks him. Ball 4. And who's the other one? I have, I think I have a signed Cal Ripken in there. So yeah, Joe, I have several Hall of Famers in those right up there. Yep. Cal's in there, Eddie's in there, Brooks is in there. I got a Reggie Jackson. I went up to the Baseball Hall of Fame and saw him, got one with him. And I can't remember who the other one was. Swing and a foul back on Cuero, man on first with nobody out. The other one is like just a bid player. I can't remember who it is. Nobody of significance. But 4 of them are. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. There's a curveball outside and low. Ball 1. 1-1. Well, my favorite up there is the Eddie Murray one. To be honest with you. Him or Brooks. Cal's fine, but Cal's never been my favorite player. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a foul back. 1-2 on a fastball. Cal's fine. Yeah, I don't dislike Cal Ripken. I used to dislike Cal Ripken. I'm a big Eddie Murray fan. Yeah, I wish Mickey Mantle. Boy, would that be nice. That ball be worth something. 1-2 pitch on the way. Here it is. Ground ball. Second baseman. Throw to short for 1. Back to first. Easy double play. 4-6-3 for the Orioles. Just like that. A ground ball, and they wipe out that leadoff walk. Joe, you're funny. Nice play by Jackson Holiday. Nice little shovel pass to Gunnar. Gunnar back over to first. Easy double play for the Birds. So 2 quick outs. Mydroth, he's 1 for 1. He's now at the plate. First pitch to him is high. Ball 1. 1-0. Good to have all 80 in here. We have 18 likes. We're almost halfway to our goal. 1-0 pitch. Curveball right there. Strike. 1-1. So for Bradish, he's at 66 pitches right now. So his pitch count is up there. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. There's a ground ball off the foot of the hitter. Foul. 1-2. Yeah, Holiday or Henderson would be nice. I tried to get them. We went down to spring training this year, Melissa and I. I normally like to go down before the games start. We went down to spring training and we saw all of them there, but they weren't really signing that day, which was kind of a bummer. 1-2 pitch on the way. There's a fly ball. Center field, pretty shallow. Kowser's coming in. He's got it. That's your inning. So no runs, 1 hit. Nobody left. Double play wiped that out. 1-1. We're heading to the 5th, folks. Yeah, Jackson Holiday or Gunnar Henderson would be really nice. I have them actually up on my wall behind me. I don't know if you can see them, but they're up there. There's Gunnar, Eddie, Adley Rutschman, Ben McDonald, and of course Brooksy is over there too. So I got some old players, got some new players, and those are the guys I like. Always liked Ben McDonald. He's one of my favorite players. Not a Hall of Famer with the Orioles, but still one of my favorite Orioles of all time. So they're up on the wall. Yeah, they're busy, and they're not looking to give me an autograph. I'm an old guy. I'm an adult. They probably think I'm going to try and sell it, but I'm not. I just want it for myself. But, they're going to look more to the kids than they are us adults, and that's fine. I understand that. It's a bummer because that's not really what I'm there for. I'm not there to sell it. I'm there just to get one for myself. But it is what it is. All right, so the Orioles got it coming up. It's going to be Colton Cowser, Jackson Holiday, Jeremiah Jackson. 9-1-2 for the Orioles here in the top of the fifth inning in a 1-1 game. Nice. Joe, that's a good idea. That's a real good idea. My son and I, before we moved to Florida, my oldest, Walter, and I, we went to games all the time. We had season tickets. Here's Cowser, first pitch. Swing and a miss, strike, 0-1. We did. We had season tickets for years, like 10 years, until I moved down here. Him and I went all the time. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball, left field. Hit pretty shallow. Left fielder's giving chase. He's coming over more, and he can't get there. It drops. Foul ball, but it drops. So Benintendi could not get there. It drops in for a foul ball, and Cowser is still alive. Yeah, Joe, that'd be great. Obviously, please don't go out of your way, but Benintendi should have had it. He hit it off the heel of his glove. He had it. He overran it. I don't know if it'll come back to hurt him or not, but he should have had that ball. It hit off the heel. He overran that. My gracious. 0-2 pitch coming, swinging a foul. So for some reason today, Cowser's the high fastball, even though it's a ball up in the zone, Cowser cannot lay off of it today. He's in swing mode now. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. In the dirt and low. Ball 1. 1-2. We got a 1-1 game, folks. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Orioles, White Sox. First of 3 this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon game. 1-2 pitch. Curveball low. Ball 2. 2-2. That could have been called a strike. It had plenty of the plate. And it looked like it was high enough, but they called it a ball. 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Inside and high. Ball 3. So Cowser works the count full. Jackson Holiday on deck. Ice Heaven 90 in here with 18 likes. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Curveball, strike 3. The Orioles players today are not recognizing the curveball out of Burke's hand. That is like the 4th or 5th hitter that's been called out on strikes on curveballs right down the middle of the plate. All right, here's Jackson Holiday. First pitch. Swinging and a foul back. 0-1, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. I get it. It's a really good pitch today, but they are not recognizing that pitch at all. Jackson's already behind in the count. 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Strike 2. Right down the middle. 97. So just like that, Jackson Holiday has fallen behind in the count. 0-2. If I'm Holiday at this point, I've got to be looking for the curveball. And there it is. Ground ball back to the pitcher. He stumbles, but he gets it. Throws to first, and that's the out. 2 down. Are the O's have any chance at the playoffs? No, Joe. They're actually not going good at all this year. They're one of the worst teams in baseball this year. Not had a good season at all. All right, so Jeremiah Jackson stepped into the plate. He got the hit that gave the Orioles the first run of the game. He's 1 for 2. First pitch to him. Here comes. High, ball 1. So once again, the Orioles are doing what they've done all year. They cannot score runs. This is a bad team in the Chicago White Sox. You're getting a good outing out of your pitcher for the Orioles, and they can't score runs. Curveball, low, ball 2. So quickly 2-0 on Jeremiah Jackson. WDW Skater Chick, welcome in. Who's one of the best teams in baseball? Just got into the sport. My favorite team is the Brewers. Well, Brewers are up there. 2-0 pitch. Check swing for a ball. Did he go? No, he did not. Ball 3. Well, WDW Skater Chick, welcome in. Or Wow Skater Chick, I'm sorry. Wow Skater Chick, welcome in. Brewers are up there. They're one of the best teams. 3-0 pitch. Outside. Ball 4. Milwaukee's good. Very good. Tigers are playing good baseball. Toronto's playing good baseball. Philadelphia playing good baseball. But your Brewers, Skater Chick, are pretty good. They're playing really well. So a 2-out walk for the Orioles. That's going to bring Gunnar to the plate. Throw over to first. He's back in time. Says it's time for bed. She's not too far off. All right, so Gunnar is at the plate looking for a hit today. He is 0 for 2. First pitch to him is high and outside. Ball 1. 1-0. Well, Skater Chick, I'm glad you're getting into baseball. I think baseball is still the best sport in the world. I love it. If you really follow the game well, there's a lot to learn and a lot to like about it. 1-0 pitch. There's a ball inside, but it's called a strike. 1-1. I don't think the game is as good as it used to be. There's a lot of bad parts about the game that I don't like. But it's still a wonderful game to get associated with. So, pitcher steps off. Joe says, do you think Tropicana will be fixed for opening season next year? Joe, it should be. It should have been ready for this year. They should have gotten right to work on that stadium after last year's hurricane in October. They had 4 or 5 months to at least start something. 1-1 pitch on the way. Check swing. That's a ball inside. They did nothing. We went down there to go to the beach a few weeks ago, and it still looked like they had done nothing to that stadium. So I don't know what's going on with Tropicana Field, but they have done nothing to make that stadium better for next season. 2-1 pitch on the way. Ball 3, 3-1. They should have had it ready for 2025. It better be ready for 2026. Skater Chick says, I thought the Dodgers were supposed to be the best team just getting into baseball, but the last 3-0 but they lost 3-0 in the series against the Pirates. Isn't that surprising? It is. 3-1 pitch. There's a strike. 3-2. That was a strike easy right there, Gunnar. I don't know what you're looking at. So full count on Gunnar Henderson. Yeah, the Dodgers, that's the thing about baseball. Baseball, the thing you have to remember, Skater Chick, with baseball is on paper is one thing. Playing the actual games, that's a different story. All right, full count to Gunnar. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. So they walk him. That's going to bring Tyler O'Neill to the plate. Joe says, I'm kind of upset we have no team. Yeah, I guess Tampa's the closest team you have, Joe, to be honest with you. But, yeah, Skater Chick, I would say, on paper you would have thought the Dodgers, but they've had some injuries as well. But you still have to play the game. Even the best team in baseball, if the best team in baseball wins 100 games, right? They still lost 62 times because you got to play 162. So teams are going to lose. If you catch a team when they're hot, a lot of the times it's luck of the draw with that. Maybe you're you're not playing well, and a team that's not very good is playing well. When the Orioles went out and they swept the Dodgers, not the Dodgers, Orioles went out and played San Diego and swept San Diego in San Diego. And then we played the Dodgers here in Baltimore, and we won 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. And we're a last place team. So a lot of times it's when you catch a team, injuries, there's so many different things that play into it. All right, here's Tyler O'Neill with a chance to give the Orioles the lead. First pitch to him. Curveball low, 1-0. That curveball is really working for Burke today. And yes, the Dodgers getting swept by the Pirates is surprising. Tyler O'Neill looking to give the Orioles the lead. Let's see. 1-0 pitch. High, ball 2. So 2-0 count to Tyler O'Neill, looking to try to give the Birds the lead right here. Let's see if he can do it. 2-0 pitch on the way. Here's a fly ball left field. That's hit really well. But it's foul. Oh, he just missed it. Tyler O'Neill crushed that ball. I thought it was gone if it was fair. It was a home run by about 20 rows. But he just pulls it foul. So 2-1 on Tyler O'Neill. Looking to give the Orioles the lead. Let's see if he gets a pitch to hit here. Here it is. No. Pitcher steps off, so we're going to do it again. All right, Tyler O'Neill's got a 2-1 count. First and second for the Orioles. 1-1 game, top of the 5th inning. Here it is. Here's a curveball. Oh, just on the outside corner. So a 2-2 count. If you're O'Neill right here, at the very least, just put the ball in play. Don't strike out. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Ground ball right to the shortstop. Throws to second for the force. And that's your inning, folks. So the Orioles cannot take advantage of it. They do not score. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th inning. We still got a 1-1 tie. All right, I'm going to run and get another water. And then I'll be back. And we'll keep going. Welcome in, everybody. All right, gang, I'm back. I got my water. I apologize. I don't know what I missed so far. Let's get into it. Welcome in, everybody. All right, let's see. So right now, so it must have been a long fly ball. They are looking to see if it's fair. And, it is just foul. Thank goodness. Bradish thought he served up a home run, but that ball is definitely foul. So 0-1 count on Fletcher. Whew, that ball was hit a ton, but it was not for a strike. I mean, not for a home run. Sony, appreciate you sharing everything out, buddy. All right, 0-1 count. Here's the next pitch. Ball outside, 1-1. Bottom of the fifth inning, folks. We're in a 1-1 tie here. It's definitely a pitcher's duel. Next pitch, swing and a foul back, 1-2. Appreciate everybody coming out today. Again, Fletcher now is behind in the count, 1-2. Bradish is set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Curveball, line drive. That ball's in the gap. Gets by the right fielder. Cowser's going to get there. He's going to make the turn from second. No, he's going to stay right there. So it's a leadoff double for Fletcher. He just missed a home run. He went down and got a pitch and serves it into right field, into the gap, right center field for a leadoff double. It wasn't a bad pitch by Bradish. It was low in the zone. He had to go down and get it. He just put good wood on it and serves it into the gap in right center field. So now Bradish is going to have to, he's going to have to really settle down here. Buckle down. Tauchman back to the top of the lineup. Here's the pitch. There's a strike on the outside. 0-1. Bradish has got to be careful here. Definitely don't want to give up the lead. The way the Orioles are hitting right now, 2-1 could be enough. So he's got to really bear down here and make good pitches. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. There's a strike on the outside with the slider. 0-2. We got 20 likes, gang. It looks like we got to 20. That's amazing. So we're halfway to our goal of 40. Thank you, everybody. Orioles got 0-2 count on Tauchman right here. Let's see if Bradish can make a pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He got him. Yes, he did. Tauchman with a bad swing on 0-2. It looked like he just tried to foul it off, but he didn't get any of it, and that's the first out. Nice bit of pitching. Again, the fastball, the two-seam fastball for Bradish is just running away from the left-handed hitters. And that's the first out. Here's Teal. He's 0-2. First pitch to him. Here it comes. Outside, ball 1, 1-0. Wow, look at that. We're at 21 likes. That's amazing. Thank you, gang. 1-0 pitch on the way. Ball low. 2-0. Bradish is falling behind. He's at 77 pitches at this point. And right now on the screen, Ben McDonald, former pitcher, who's up on the wall behind us, is showing you what a two-seam fastball looks like, what a grip looks like on a two-seam, which is part of the reason how you get the movement that he gets. 2-0 pitch on the way. There's a slider for a strike, 2-1. That's a good take right there by Teal. It's a ball up and in. You're not going to do much with it.
Alex Bregman, if you missed it, he said when he throws a two-seam fastball and he saw it from Bradish, it almost had cutter spin to it. So I'm expecting the ball to work away from me is what Bregman said, but instead it was working inside on him.
Why doesn't that hand position work for everybody?
Well, because typically when we were taught with two-seamers, you need to be over kind of that 1:30, 2 o'clock position.
So that's what he's doing. He's throwing the two-seam and he's getting good movement, tailing away from left-handed hitters, tailing in on right-handed hitters. 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. High and inside. Ball 3. Almost hit him. So full count to Teal. Two-seamers are more left to right. Four-seamers are up and down. Four-seamers are more about elevation. A four-seam fastball, you're going to go up with it or you're going to go down. Sinkers are fastballs, basically. That's what those are. So a full count on Teal with a runner on second. Bradish has got to be careful here. You want to make a good pitch. Here it is. There's a swing and a foul. We're going to do it again. 81 pitches now for Bradish. This will probably be his last inning. Pitchers don't throw like they used to. 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Fly ball. Left field. Playable for Beavers. He's got it. He's going to throw it in. The runner's going to have to hold it second. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Bradish, after the leadoff double, he gets the strikeout, and now he gets the fly out. And that runner is still at second base. So good work so far for Bradish. But he's not out of the woods yet. He's got to bear down here. You don't want to take your foot off the pedal. Bear down on Sosa here, and let's see if we can get this final out and get back into the dugout with a tie game. So one of the issues I've always had with our Orioles pitchers is first pitch to Sosa is a ball, 1-0. Is they'll get those 2 quick outs, and then they seem to lose focus, and they give up runs with 2 outs. So you got to be careful. Here comes Basayo. He's coming out to the mound. He's going to have a talk with Bradish. Orioles got a Cade Stroud is warming up in the bullpen. I actually like the idea of Cade Stroud possibly being the Orioles closer next year. I like his stuff. I think he's good. Maybe even Chase McDermott. I know McDermott is up right now and working out of the bullpen. He's got really good stuff too. Those could be guys that for a season or two throw hard enough, have good enough stuff that they might be able to slide into that closer role for the Orioles if the Orioles don't go outside the organization and get somebody. 1-0 count on Sosa. Here's the pitch. Here's a slider for a strike, 1-1. Sosa is 0 for 2 in the game. Again, bear down right here if you're Kyle Bradish. You got to bear down. Thank you, Sony. Appreciate you. 21 likes tonight, guys. That's amazing. Good job. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. So quickly, Bradish is ahead. 1-2 now. Let's see if he can get him. Come on. When I turn on the game, can you guys hear the game?
Major league season.
Like right there, can you hear that?
In his final minor league rehab start.
All right, Bradish is set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul straight back. We're going to do it again.
And there will be an 87.
Can you hear the audio of the game? Let me know in the chat if you can hear it.
Trying to complete 5 innings, Bradish. He's had 2 very long innings tonight. He's gone 6, 4, and 7 innings in his 3 starts.
All right, so 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Good stop by Basayo. If that ball gets by him, the runners are going to move up, and he gets his body in front of it and stops it. Good stop there.
Down on one knee, so it's
we're back to 2-2.
You just got to kind of slide your body over.
You can hear it. Okay, John. Good.
You can do it to keep this ball.
I might keep the audio on for a little bit. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. A fastball up and in by Kyle Bradish at 94 miles an hour. And Sosa cannot lay off of it. And that is strike 3, and we are out of the inning. We're heading to the bottom or to the top of the 6th inning. We're in a 1-1 tie, folks. Welcome in, everybody. This is Major League Baseball, brought to you by the Birdland Network. That sounds good, doesn't it? Anyway, all right, let's go over around Major League Baseball. Let's check out some of the scores around the league. Bottom of the 9th inning, Cubs with 4-0 lead over the Pirates. Top of the 9th inning, Braves 9-3 over the Nationals. Top of the 8th, the Rays got a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Top of the 7th, 4-3 Cardinals over the Reds. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2-0 Twins over the Yankees. Top of the 5th inning, 3-2 Rangers over the Astros. A little bit later tonight, it's going to be the Giants and the Diamondbacks and the Phillies and the Dodgers. So that's where we stand around Major League Baseball at the moment. All right, guys, we're waiting for it to come back. All right, new pitcher on the mound for the White Sox. Steven Wilson is in the game. Steven Wilson is in the game. For the Orioles, it's going to be Ryan Mountcastle. It's going to be Dylan Beavers and Kobe Mayo. First pitch to Mountie is outside and high, ball one. Do you think the Chargers or the Raiders are going to win tonight? Skater Chick, I'm going with the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to win. But I have no idea what the score is. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back, 1-1. I think the Chargers are the better team. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but I'm going to go with the Chargers in this game. That's what I think. Not that I know. So 1-1 count on Ryan Mountcastle. Wilson is set. He's at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2. That ball was center cut. 94 right down the middle. And Mountie can't catch up to it. That's a little offsetting. Or upsetting. Off-putting, upsetting. So 1-2 count on Mountcastle. They're going to go low and away. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him. Middle away, but they still went away. That's what you do with Ryan Mountcastle, folks. You get ahead 1-2, go away. He will not go with the pitch. He always tries to pull everything, and he'll swing right through it. And he did it again. So 1 down. And the Orioles' offensive woes continue. Here's Dylan Beavers. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Here's a sweeper for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. There's a ball high, fastball 94, but it's high, 1-1. So Bradish, you could probably close the book on Bradish. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 4 walks. He had 9 Ks. The walks were a little misleading. A couple of those walks I don't think were his fault. 1-1 pitch inside, ball 2. In other words, I don't think he walked them. I think they were outs, strike 3s, but they were called balls. But he still walked 4 guys. That's a season high this year for him. Two 2-1 count to Dylan Beavers. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a foul back. 2-2. Yeah, I think I'll go with the Chargers tonight if you're making me pick a team. So 2-2 count on Dylan Beavers. 1 out. Top of the 6th. 1-1 tie. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back again. He's fouling these balls straight back. So Beavers is on it. He's just missing them. Two pitch. Outside, ball 3. Good take right there by Dylan Beavers. That's a good take because that was a changeup. Just started to tail off the plate. He could have chased, but he didn't. 3-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a fly ball. That's going to be left field. That's going to be playable, and he's got it. 2 down in the inning. The Orioles offensively just cannot get anything going. 2 hits the entire game. That's going to bring Kobe Mayo to the plate. He's 0 for 1, and he was hit by a pitch last time up. All right, he's at the belt. Here's the pitch to him. Outside on the sweeper, 1-0. Good take. So 1-0 count to Kobe Mayo, looking to maybe put a charge into one of these pitches and give the Orioles the lead back. Let's see. 1-0 pitch on the way. Inside again, ball 2. Almost hit him again. 2-0. So Mayo's got the count in his favor. Let's see if he gets a pitch to hit here. 2-0 pitch on the way. Popped him up. And nope, it's going to get out of play. 21 likes on the board, folks. We are 19 away from our goal. We probably aren't going to hit it tonight, but I appreciate y'all being here. 2-1 count on Mayo. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3-1. On deck is Basayo. Three-one pitch on the way. Here it comes. That ball is low, just slow. Wilson's a little upset. I think he thought he got a strike there, but it's low for ball 4. So the Orioles get a 2-out walk from Kobe Mayo. He's reached base twice tonight. That's going to bring Basayo to the plate again. And here comes the manager for the White Sox, and they're going to go to the bullpen, and they're going to bring in a lefty to face Basayo. So we're going to give it a timeout. Oh, my goodness gracious. So timeout as there's a pitching change. So commercial break right now, folks, as we are waiting for them to come back. It's a pitching change. The Orioles got a man on first with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning in a 1-1 tie. Waiting for the commercial break to end. As Samuel Basayo steps to the plate, and hopefully the Orioles can find a way to squeak a run across. It's tied. Jesus help the O's. Amen. Joe. Yes, amen. I would agree with that. So Tyler Alexander, 5.01 ERA in 48 games this year. He's coming into the game. Opponents are hitting .275 against him. So they're hitting him pretty good. But here we go. Lefty on lefty. Here's Basayo. First pitch. Ball outside. 1-0. All right, Basayo is set. 1-0 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Outside again. Ball 2. Come on now. Give him a pitch to hit. Basayo's ahead 2-0. Alexander set. Here's the pitch. 2-0 pitch. Here's a swing and a foul back. 2-1. Oh, yeah. That was a good pitch. Center cut. A little bit low in the zone, but good enough to hit, and he just couldn't handle it. Fouls it off. 2-1. Gots to find a way to score a run here. Need a ball in the gap. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a foul. Oh no, swing and a miss. 2-2. Bad swing by Basayo. Ball up in the zone, up here. Again, young hitter, 21 years old, rookie, first time in the major leagues. I get it. But that's a bad swing there. 2-2 pitch on the way. There's a pop-up. That ball is going to get out of play. We're going to do it again. So Basayo's got a 2-2 count on a man on first for the Orioles. 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning in a 1-1 pitcher's duel tie. Two pitch on the way. Here it is. There's a ground ball. Base hit up the middle. Mayo's going to have to stop at second as the right fielder gets it back in. So just like that, first and second for the Birds. Basayo comes through, gets a base hit up the middle. Nice piece of hitting there. I think it's raining out. And that's going to bring Colton Cowser to the plate, who's been terrible today. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and he's looked bad both times. Here's the first pitch to Cowser. Here's a strike, 0-1. Cowser's 0 for 2 with 2 bad strikeouts today. Bad strikeouts for the Orioles. And he's already down 0-1 here. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul. And quickly 0-2. Wow, it is pouring out there. So Colton Cowser is about to have the hat trick with 3 strikeouts. I can feel it. It's coming. I can feel it coming. 0-2 pitch on the way. High, ball 1, 1-2. I don't know. I got this feeling that Colton Cowser is going to swing and a miss, or he's going to look at a pitch right down the middle. Watch. I can feel it coming. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I got this feeling here. It's about to happen. Here we go. 1-2 on the way. Swinging a foul back again. We're going to do it again. Folks, good to have everybody in here. 10 folks watching today. We got as high as 11 watching at one point. We have 21 likes. That's a big deal. We appreciate you. Thank you all for coming in. Always welcome here. 1-2 count. Here it is. Fly ball, foul again. Cowser's hanging in there. He is definitely in swing mode at this point. One-two pitch on the way. Here it is. Fly ball, left field, hit well, hit really well, gone! 3-run home run for Colton Cowser. Are you kidding me? I can't believe it. He did exactly what I said he needed to do. It was a ball on the outside part of the plate. He went with the pitch, didn't try to do too much with it, elevated it, and hits it out of the ballpark for a 3-run home run, and it gives the Orioles a 4-1 lead. Wow. That was a huge, huge home run for Colton Cowser. Wow, he just went with the pitch. That was nice. That ball was up in the zone, and just like that, 4-1 Baltimore. Amen, Joe. All right, here's Jackson Holliday. He hit a weaver. Ball 2 to Jackson. Jeannie, welcome in. 2-0 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Jeannie, welcome in. Good to see you, dear. Jeannie, if you haven't already hit that like button, hit it for us. Please. 3-0 count. There's a strike. 3-1 to Jackson Holliday. Wow, what a huge, huge hit for the Orioles right there by Colton Cowser. Got to give him credit. 3-1 pitch. Swinging a foul. 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way. Here's a fly ball down the right field line. That's a fair ball in the corner. Jackson's going to make the turn at second, and I think he's going to hold right there with a 2-out double for Jackson Holliday. He lines one down the right field line over the first baseman's head, and that's into the corner for a 2-out double for Jackson Holliday. That's 11 straight games now. He's got an 11-game road hitting streak. Walt Genie is dealing some real life. What do you mean, John? Did I miss something? All right, 4-1 Birds, Jackson Holliday. That's a big hit right there. Jeremiah Jackson stepping to the plate. All right, Jeremiah Jackson, here he is. Swing and a miss, strike, 0-1. Oh, Jeannie, I'm sorry to hear that. Our condolences. I didn't know that. I'm sorry you lost your stepdad today. Our condolences, dear. Sorry to hear that. 0-1 pitch, here it comes. Ball in the dirt, 1-1. Definitely sorry to hear that. John, how'd you know that? That's pretty good. Yeah, definitely sad to hear. All right, 1-1 count. Top of the 6th inning, Birds with a 4-1 lead. Here's Jackson. Pitch to him. Inside, ball 2, 2-1. Now, I will say, folks, a lot this year, we haven't been finishing games. We may not even finish this game tonight. I've got to get up early for work in the morning. But I hadn't called a game in a while, and I wanted to at least call a few innings. Zion, welcome in. 2-1 pitch. There's a ground ball foul. Zion, Michael, live. Welcome in, Zion. Well, Jackson got a double. He got a double down the line. So, yes, he made it to first safe. He's on second base at this point. Welcome in, Zion. Hope you hit that like button as you come in. So 2-2 count on Jeremiah Jackson. Jackson Holliday on second. Looking to possibly get another run here. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball. That ball's hit pretty well to right field. Back goes the right fielder at the wall. And he catches it at the fence. Almost a 2-run shot by Jeremiah Jackson. But he catches it at the wall. And that's your inning. 3 runs on the board for the Birds. Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, 4-1 Orioles. That was nice. Jeremiah Jackson almost puts it out. All right, gang. That's going to do it for tonight. I wanted to call a few innings. Thank you all for coming in. Mods, great job as usual. Appreciate you guys. Orioles with a 4-1 lead. We're going to head on out. We've got a big day tomorrow for work. I've got to get up early, but I wanted to call a few innings. Hadn't called a game in a while. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to call a game for a few innings tonight. And we did. We called about 6 innings worth of ball tonight. We'll be back. Going to do at least 1 or 2 more games before the end of the season. But I appreciate y'all coming in. And come on over to our Disney channel. We just posted a brand new video. Melissa did a video on Disney in the month of May. Hope you guys get a chance. Hey, what's up, Chris? I'm heading out, Chris. I got a big day at work tomorrow. I just wanted to call a few innings for a while. But I appreciate all of you guys being here. And I hope to see y'all soon. Orioles leading 4-1, heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. But we're heading out. We'll see y'all real soon. Go O's. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye, everybody.